and could not possibly have been prepared for something unexpected like this to happen. Baziashun stood there in the crowd, so pleased with himself that he almost started laughing. However, he knew that doing so wouldn't be very appropriate, so he held himself back. Instead, he cried out in shock like everyone else around him. Actually, he had never had even the slightest clue that he could actually take first place. It was at this point that Zhu Xingqi, who had just been on the verge of leaving, suddenly trembled where she stood. After hearing the cries echoing out around her, her phoenix-like eyes turned to look at the first stone stele, and she saw the turtle in the first place spot. At first she frowned, but then her expression calmed. In fact, she wasn't even shocked at all. As far as she was concerned, when she had taken first place in the test of the first volume of Plants and Vegetation, it had been just after she was promoted into the outer sect. Back then, she hadn't tried as hard as she could have when she took the test, and that was not to mention the advancement she had made since then. "Not bad," she said coolly. "It looks like there might be a new rising star in the sect." With that, her body flickered as she shot toward the first stone stele. In her mind, this was a simple matter. The moment someone exceeded her, she would take back what was hers. Her movement immediately caused a ripple of excitement to run through the crowd of disciples. All of them stared in anticipation as Zhu Xingqi walked into the log cabin to take the test for the first volume of Plants and Vegetation. Elder Sister Zhu is going to take back the first place spot which rightfully belongs to her. Whichever junior brother drew that turtle seems pretty good. What a pity that he'll only be able to stay in first place for the time it takes an incense stick to burn. Well, that's how it should be. He's definitely chosen when it comes to Plants and Vegetation. He's just unlucky to have encountered Elder Sister Zhu. After hearing what everyone was saying, Baziashun started feeling nervous. Not only had he run out of time, but Zhu Xingqi was simply too famous. Even he himself was starting to think that maybe he belonged in second place. "Ah, that's fine too," he consoled himself. "If I get in second place, then second place it is. Men shouldn't be fighting women anyway." He wanted to leave, but couldn't quite make himself do so. He couldn't stop wondering about whether